Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a light dinner of pork chops with a side of broccoli and cauliflower. Now I do suggest marinating your meat for about 2 to 3 hours, but I had just come back from the store, so I didn't do that. I'm going to be seasoning it with some Mrs. Dash, some Lawry's seasoning salt. This is hands down my favorite. I highly recommend it. Some McCormick hamburger seasoning. Again, I suggest this one if you haven't tried it, but again, you can use whatever brand. And some Allspice just to add a little something extra. I will be coating the meat with olive oil just to make sure that all of the seasoning sticks properly and that it is nice and moist. And just a splash of Worcestershire sauce to add a little tang. So to start, you're going to preheat your oven to 450 degrees and spray your aluminum foil with a non-stick spray. I just added a light amount of olive oil here just to coat the meat on either side, again to make sure that the seasoning sticks to it and make sure that it is nice and moisturized. Now you can use a basting brush for this. I do not own one of those, so using my hands is just fine to me. It doesn't bother me. Now typically I do not measure my seasonings, but I wanted to get something a little more accurate for you guys so you can copy the recipe exactly. So I measured out a half a tablespoon of the Mrs. Dash, and this is the perfect amount if you are coating both sides, as I suggest that you should. I didn't end up doing that because I just wanted this process to hurry up, but I do suggest coating each side with the seasonings here to give it a nice strong bold flavor. Now I measured out half a teaspoon of the hamburger seasoning. This only ended up being a perfect amount for one side, so you will have to measure it back out if you will be flipping it over and doing the other side. The allspice, I didn't want to add too much because it is such a bold and strong flavor, so I only measured out a quarter teaspoon of this. Anyone who's familiar with Caribbean, particularly jerk food, knows exactly how powerful this can be. And I just sprinkled on the seasoning salt. You don't really need to measure that. It's more to taste, and I'm a big fan of salt, so I tend to add a lot. And for the Worcestershire sauce, just to add a little tang, a little something extra, I measured out a half a teaspoon of that because it is, again, a strong flavor just like that allspice. Now, once you coat both sides, or if you are just doing the one, I suggest rubbing it in to the meat here and making sure it's nice and evenly coated on both sides, whether you put the seasoning on both or not. And again, you can use a basting brush. I just ended up using my hands here because it's not a big deal to me. This ended up being a nice light, smoky, sweet flavor with me only doing one side. Now you're just going to pop that into the oven for about 35 minutes, again at 450 degrees. I like my meats well done, so I want that nice crispy edge onto each of the pieces, and that's why I left it in so long. Again, if you like a less cooked meat, you can do that as well. And we're pairing this with broccoli and cauliflower. I got the steam bag from Walmart. Pop it into the microwave for 5 minutes and you are good to go. Now, if you guys like this video or these sort of recipes, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you tried it and like it, please leave a comment down below so I know that this is the content you guys enjoy. Okay guys, I will see you in the next video.